They say life begins at 70. But what if I told you, for some, it ends without warning? Thousands of people over 70 suffer from strokes every single day, and most of them never saw it coming. But here's the shocking truth. Your body always gives a warning. Silent, almost invisible signs. Signs that can save your life if you catch them in time. Today, we reveal 8 silent warning signs of a stroke that many ignore until it's too late. And the first sign? It starts with something as simple as your vision. Have you ever noticed sudden blurriness in one eye? A moment where your vision becomes double or even fades for a few seconds? Most people think it's just age catching up. But in reality, this could be your brain crying for help. A stroke often begins by affecting the small blood vessels in your eyes. If they get blocked, even for a moment, your vision will blur or darken. And here's the worst part. Most people ignore this, thinking it will go away. Until one day, it doesn't. But vision problems are just the beginning. Because warning sign number 2, it's something even more terrifying. Imagine this. You wake up one morning feeling fine. You go to grab your cup of tea, but suddenly your hand slips. The cup falls. Your fingers feel weak. And for a moment, you wonder, was that just me being clumsy? Or was that something else? Warning sign number 2, sudden weakness in your hands or legs. Many elderly people brush this off, thinking it's just old age or a bad night's sleep. But in reality, this could be one of the earliest signs of a stroke. Here's why. A stroke happens when blood flow to the brain is disrupted. And when that happens, certain parts of your body, usually one side, start losing strength. First, it's just a weak grip. Then your foot drags slightly when you walk, until one day you try to move and your body doesn't respond. But there's an even more dangerous sign, one that happens inside your brain, and most people don't even notice it. Warning sign number 3, sudden confusion or memory gaps. Have you ever been in the middle of a sentence and suddenly you forget what you were saying? Not just a small pause, but a complete blank, like your brain just turned off for a second. Many seniors laugh it off, calling it senior moments. But here's the terrifying truth. This could be a mini stroke. These are called TIAs, transient ischemic attacks, tiny strokes that come and go without major damage at first. But each one brings you closer to a full-blown stroke. And the worst part? They can happen days or even hours before the real stroke hits. But what if I told you there's one warning sign so bizarre that most people ignore it until it's too late? You're sitting in your chair watching TV when suddenly you feel something strange. Your face doesn't feel right. You try to smile, but one side of your mouth doesn't move. You rush to the mirror, try again, and that's when you see it. Warning. Sign number 4, facial drooping or numbness. This is one of the most alarming signs of an oncoming stroke. When a stroke begins, it often affects the nerves controlling your face, causing sudden weakness or drooping on one side. Try this right now. Smile in the mirror. Raise your eyebrows. If one side moves less than the other, you need to act fast. Because here's the terrifying truth. If you ignore this sign, the next stage could be even worse. Warning, sign number 5, slurred or strange speech. Imagine talking to a loved one, but suddenly your words don't make sense. You know what you want to say, but your mouth isn't cooperating. Words come out jumbled, slow, or completely incorrect. It's like your brain and mouth aren't connected anymore. Most seniors ignore this, thinking they're just tired or distracted. But this is often the final warning before a full stroke hits. Doctors say, if you ever experience facial drooping, slurred speech, or sudden confusion, you must act immediately. Because the next sign? It's the most dangerous of all. You're lying in bed, about to fall asleep, when suddenly you feel it. A sharp, pounding pain in your head, not like a normal headache. This one feels different. Warning, sign number 6, the worst headache of your life. Many elderly people experience headaches, but this one, it comes out of nowhere. It's intense, crushing, unbearable. Doctors call it a thunderclap headache because it strikes suddenly like a thunderbolt. And in many cases, it means something terrifying. A blood vessel in your brain is about to burst. If you ever feel a headache so severe it makes you dizzy, nauseous, or weak, you must act fast. Because the next warning sign, it doesn't just warn you about a stroke, it warns you that it's already happening. Warning sign number 7, sudden loss of balance or coordination. You get up from your chair, but something feels off. Your legs feel shaky. The room spins for a moment. You reach for the wall to steady yourself. You tell yourself, I just stood up too fast. But here's the truth. If you suddenly lose balance, feel dizzy, or struggle to control your movements, it could mean your brain is already under attack. And now we reach the final warning sign, the one that often happens just minutes before a major stroke. It's subtle, but once you notice it, you'll never ignore it again. It starts with something small. Maybe you're reaching for a glass of water or trying to button your shirt. But suddenly, your hand doesn't move the way you want it to. You try again, but your fingers feel uncoordinated, almost like they're not your own. Warning sign number 8, a sudden, unexplained loss of motor control. This is one of the final warnings your body gives before a stroke. The signals between your brain and your muscles start breaking down. Your hand might feel clumsy. Your leg might feel heavy. You might even struggle to hold a spoon or grip a doorknob. And here's the terrifying truth. If you experience this along with any of the other signs, your body is warning you that time is running out. Doctors say there is a small window, just a few hours, where stroke damage can be reversed, but only if you act fast. So if you or someone you love experiences even one of these symptoms, remember this. Time equals brain. Every second you wait, more brain cells die. And now, one final question remains. If a stroke can happen at any time after 70, is there a way to lower your risk, to stay protected, and keep your brain strong for years to come? The answer is yes, because scientists have discovered 4 simple daily habits that can cut your stroke risk in half, and most people have never even heard of them. Click the next video to find out what they are before it's too late.